Real versus fake. Now, in the car modification scene, that obviously happens in our marketplace. Now, you probably know somebody who maybe has shoes or whatever product that are fake. It exists out there. It's always going to be out there. But how can you tell the difference? Let's talk about it and I'll show you guys. Hey guys, and welcome back to another Talking Mods. Now, I've been doing this for 17 years. I'm the CEO of Mod Bargains, and that's a quick intro on it, right? But what does my company do? Well, we basically sell tons of parts, wheels, body kits, suspension, everything you can think of for your vehicle. Now, with that, I've been able to experience a lot of different products over time, and we also get to install it here. We get to work with customers. And everyone's flavor is different. Now, some people will only go for the real thing and want the preferred real item. Now, there's always been a marketplace for those who want fakes. How you personally feel about this is up to you. But I'm going to show you the differences and my thoughts I'll give you at the end about it. But there are differences between some of these products that are out there. And the number one product I'm going to talk about is within the wheel industry. In the wheel industry, there exist fakes. Now, why? It's because the manufacturing of these wheels can be a lot cheaper. Now, I did a whole segment about how wheels are made. We'll put it up or link below. Click it, watch it. It'll teach you everything about the wheel industry on how the production is made and why the prices are at a certain point, because there is different technology. So I'm going to assume that you've watched it, and I'm going to talk about the technology there and why it costs certain things and how you can easily tell based off that technology. Now, we had a recent time here for our Mod Auto side, which is our installation side. We had a very cool customer. He said, no problem. I run the reps, and he's cool with it. And it was a BBS LM reps, one of the most copied wheels out there. Now, we don't sell those reps, but they are, out there in the marketplace, whether it's on eBay or whatever. And I know that the companies go after them, and it was so obvious. I mean, we noticed it within the first second. I could tell from a mile away. But for him, he was cool with it, and he was a very cool customer and said, hey, yeah, by all means, you guys are welcome to film it. Why did we do that? So you guys can see the differences and kind of explain it. Wheels, I've talked about this in other videos. There is a quality of way it's made. If you don't care about the quality, okay, well, it will affect you in the long run, right? Now, if you live in areas where you have a lot of potholes, you probably have experienced where you've had issues where either a wheel gets cracked or chipping or whatever could happen. That's usually due to a manufactured wheel that is usually on a lower grade, usually a low pressure cast wheel that can easily get cracks in it and has issues. Now, there are some high quality low pressure cast wheels. I'm not going to say that there aren't, but at the end of the day, they are more prone to cracking. Now, when you're casting something, it's a mold. It's from a mold, you're warming it up and it comes out of it, right? Versus a real BBS LM will be out of a forged steel. It's basically been cut. Now, because of its cut, and I brought here a forged wheel, I'm going to show an example, but it will show you the pictures of the replica. A forged wheel, if you look at it carefully here, this is how the easiest way to tell if something's fake. Besides, there's always fake badges and so forth. I put no badge on this. I just wanted to show you guys the wheel. Now, what you'll notice here is how sharp everything is. Everything is really, really sharp. And it looks great when it's that sharp, actually. It gives it a much more dynamic look. It's something that I prefer. Now, if it's a cast wheel, it'll always have that rounded edge. It'll be very rounded. Now we'll show you the pictures of the BBS LM, and you'll look at those spokes and you could see it from a mile away, and it's not like within 5 feet that you need to get up close. You can see it at a distance. You'll notice that it has a curvature. So when you see that curvature on these spokes, you'll know that it's a fake. Now, that fake is obviously low pressure cast, cost a couple $100. Probably the set cost about $1,000 that they charged him. Now he's paid 1/4 of the price. Was it worth it?
No.
That's a question for you to decide. I don't think so, because you're taking away from the technology and the engineering that really went into the wheel. Now, there is when you have a true engineered wheel like that's forged, you can have, brake clearance. Obviously for his car, he doesn't have a big brake. But if you have a high-end vehicle that has a big brake or needs a big brake clearance, you're going to need a higher quality wheel. So you got to be careful with that. Is he going to have to replace those wheels over time? Possibly, especially with the BBS LM on a lipped wheel that's cast. They are far easier to bend than one that is forged. And a one that is forged can also always be replaced, just the outer edge of it. So it can also be replaced. Now, how do you guys feel about it? I mean, isn't it better to just save up and get what you really want and have the real look and the actual thing rather than be a poser? I don't know. I think that if you're looking at a certain style, that you can always find an alternative that's still original and can still be at a high quality. Now, gravity casted is the cheapest. Now, you could spend a little bit more money, get an original design, or get a design that's similar. Obviously, every wheel company copies it, and you can get it in a Flowform wheel. Example would be a Flowform wheel from Sportline over here. So you can get a high quality that will last. It doesn't have to be as expensive, right, as a forged wheel. The BBS wheels, if you purchase a BBS, you'll recoup that cost. When he goes to sell those wheels, those replica wheels, he'll get nothing for it. I mean, he'll get very minimal unless he finds somebody else that's looking for it, but he probably won't get much for it. And I'm not trying to bash it. It's okay. If you're happy with that, then that's what's important. We're still modifying our cars, we're still individualizing it and enjoying it. But, the rep has its place, and I will say that the rep has its place, especially when certain wheel designs are not available for certain vehicles. An example of that would be in the E46 M3, right? So the BMW CSL wheels were one of the most popular, wanted, desired wheels for the vehicle. You couldn't get them, right? They just were not available. So the reps came out, and the reps are very similar to those wheels, and they were made by BBS again. BBS being probably the most copied wheel designers out there, but they were not available. They were only available through the factory, and the factory only had a certain amount of them. So now if you had a 3 Series vehicle or you had an actual E46 M3, you couldn't get those wheels. So you had to go the rep route. And you know what? The quality of the reps were good. They had better fitments than the original factory ones. So it took the rep design and improved upon it. In that case, I see it. I see the need for it. But in terms of, hey, the same one and a rep design, rep to rep, we can tell. Just like people can tell when you're wearing a fake watch, if you're in the watch market, or if you're, people wear some fake shoes sometimes, I've heard, or fake purses. They all exist. There's fakes for everything out there. So you guys make that decision. I know this is kind of a controversial topic, but not really. I think it should be talked about. There are reps out there, but I think you guys can get a lot more for your money if you do save up and spend for the right places. If you guys are interested in wheels, by all means, here at Mod Bargains, we're happy to help you guys. I want to hear your comments. If you guys want me to cover other reps, please let me know. Maybe we can do a side-by-side comparison for you guys. And I will see you on the next Talking Mods. And hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so. Thanks again, guys.